Hey guys, Coach Life here again with some more oxygen not included Midibase. As you can see, I've queued up a little bit of building and I'm just making some little refinements here and there. I'm expanding the size of the water tank again because it was getting too big, too full rather. Next step in there is I think we're going to consider using infinite storage, because once the size of this becomes greater than the size of an infinite storage tank, it all becomes a little bit pointless, to be honest. I know other people don't like these, but you know, you're not dealing with it if you just pump it out into space, really. You're just dumping it. So using an infinite storage method, which uses the pressurized air to keep the liquid under pressure, is pretty good. I know it's physically not possible, but you know, that's the way it is. Physics in this game aren't necessarily based on reality, as I say. So yeah, we're going to use some infinite storage to compress the water, and that will be for a later project, maybe later in this episode even. At the moment, what I'm doing is I'm taking this cool oil, and any excess that's not being used by the oil refiner is being pumped over to here. And the reason for that is that it's a lot hotter over here and we're getting a steam pressure, and that steam pressure is pressurizing the rest of the area and not allowing the refinery to produce any more natural gas. I'm also going to start using the natural gas as well by sending it up to a range up here so we can cook some surf and turf with the barbecue that we've got. I'm going to deal with this water down here soon, but I was just waiting to get the tank enlarged. Now it is, I can get that underway. So yeah, let's deal with that now, shall we? I'm just going to deconstruct this algae terrarium temporarily, and we'll put a pump in here, and then we'll pump that liquid up into our water tank. You can see here what I've also done is I've boxed in, or I'm trying to box in, I'm just going to deconstruct that door temporarily. I'm going to box in the cool slush geyser so that it doesn't overproduce, and when this Atmos sensor is red, it will close these doors and lock in the cool slush geyser so that it can't send any more liquid into the tank. That may suffice. If it suffices, then I won't need to worry about the infinite storage. Although I may want to just drop the sensor down a little bit so that we don't overdo it. I can always move this pump further down, that's not an issue at all. So yeah, we've got obviously a lot of food poisoning in the base. Unfortunately, it's a problem that we can't really resolve without chlorine. So until we can get our hands on a bit of bleach stone or something that can produce chlorine, then you know we're not really going to have a resolution to that, and I can't see that happening in the very near future. So let's get this pipe. We'll use insulated just for the simplicity's sake, and where's the nearest power wire? The nearest we've got is that, but I don't really want to use that, so we'll temporarily use a bit of wire up to there. Oh no, actually I could use that. Let's cancel that. We can just use a bit of heavy watt conductive wire there. It's only temporary while we pump this water back into the tank. So yeah, right. So how are we doing? I mean, everything's looking pretty stable, really. I still want to deal with this carbon dioxide down here. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe when this is gone, I'll put a carbon dioxide skimmer down here in its place. Just need to get rid of the water first, and then that's dealt with. So I'll just speed this up while they get that done. I think food-wise we're pretty well sorted now, so I think taking another dupe is going to be on the cards if we can find a decent one. Farming, suit wearing, decor, morale, yeah, not too bad. Sticker bomber, certainly better than Marie. Ellie's not too bad either. Lots of strength and tidying. I think we're going to take Ellie actually. We don't need a cook. Or do we? I'm not sure actually now that I mention it. We got anyone for cooking? Yes, we have. We've got Harold, of course. Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll take Ellie. So welcome to the base, Ellie. And you can be a dog's body for the moment. Yeah, we'll just leave you as dog's body and we'll put your skill into supplying, which is what you love. Meep, we need to do something with you as well, don't we? What was your joy? Let's have a quick look at his bio. So his personal interest is digging and doctoring. So we could make him a doctor then. And Ellie can be our dog's body. So priorities, actually let's change the skills. So Meep, you are going to be our doctor. Bedside manner. Ellie, you're going to be a gopher. Max, you're our farming. Harold, your grill. Camille, you on field research? Yeah, yes you are. Fantastic. It's all good then. Right, priority construction. Let's up the priority on that, get it done. Oh, come on. He's happy. I don't think he needs to worry about the egg in there. We'll just let it hatch where it is. This one must be due to hatch soon. Yeah, it's 81%. I think maybe we could probably run a hatchery off this. Yeah, let's get a hatchery down here, and we'll put stone hatch eggs in that just to build up the population a little, and then we can start considering putting in a drowning room for the eggs. Oh, straight in with the lullaby, that's what I like to see. So that will be hatched very, very quickly. You literally see it going up. Yeah, that's going to be hatched in a few moments. Fantastic. So I'm going to have to deconstruct those tiles there now. I'll just replace them with a ladder for now. I just wanted to put some tiles there so I could mop up the excess. In fact, there's still a little bit on top there, so I'll just... Oh no, it's just carbon dioxide, I imagined it. So we'll put some ladder segments there just so that they don't have to keep stepping in the water every time they want to get some food. And we'll do that as a priority 9 because morale and all that. Right, so what gifts have we got? Ice. We'll take that then. We'll stick it in here, keep our main water tank topped up with clean water because it is looking a little dicey there at the moment. Tell you what we could do, we could put, when this is active, we could, let's just deconstruct that. Overwrite that tile. No, because we're not going to be able to get a pump in there, are we? I will overwrite it anyway now because I've just deconstructed the door, but where can we get a pump in there? How? Go there. So it needs to be that high. Yeah, this would work. Okay, I'll change that slightly. I'll put a door on there because inevitably it's going to need repairs or something. So, right, this is the plan. This is going to be a separate pool of liquid that doesn't have food poisoning in it, and then we can use that as a source to top up our clean water here by running it through a separate water sieve. It's not ideal, but it's, you know, better than nothing at all. And we'll put that water sieve in here. Yeah, we'll put that there. We need to warm the water up though, because otherwise it will break the pipes. So where are we going to send it? Actually, to be fair, this water is now at a temperature where it doesn't really need to be warmed, so we can just probably use that loop to warm it. We can still use it to cool that battery. So if we link that across there, and disconnect that. Oh, that's not warming though, is it? It's cooling. And now it's got food poisoning in it, so that's completely irrelevant. Right, okay. We'll come back to that. I will make it work. So it's the polluted dirt from there that is causing the food poisoning on this dispenser. More incoming. We'll take the plastic on this occasion, I think. Right, we can mop this up now. We can get rid of that. Oh, do you know what? I'm tempted to just leave it there just for a little while longer. Just while we see what goes on there. So if I put in a drowning room, we're going to need, for the eggs, we're going to need a second incubator to deal with the sage hatchlings. That's good, they're up to 3 now. We've got smooth hatchling egg. Right, we've got that gas range. Yeah, so we'll put that in. There, and we can put the egg cracker back in now. There we go. We really don't need any smooth hatchlings. We have proper refineries. How much steel do we have now? Right, we've got 3.6 tons, so we can finish this off now. Obviously not at this precise moment because there's a meteor storm going, but yeah. Right, let's get a carbon skimmer in down there because this carbon dioxide is it's quite a lot of it. Right, so oxygen, carbon skimmer. Oh, that's almost perfect because it's going straight into the wastewater pipe which goes up to the top. So if we take a pipe out of there, it's almost like I designed it that way. Which I clearly didn't. So we're getting to the point where we can start thinking about, well, not start thinking about, we can dig all this out and replace this with that. And then we can put make a little ceramic tank here, double line it. So I don't think we've got any obsidian, have we? No. Not entirely sure how I'm going to get this working, but I will. Got more gifts. We'll take the copper, because obviously we don't need any duplicates at the moment. Right, so I believe it's that tile you have to leave in. So if I dig those, dig that, those. That's good. We get this all swept up. Because I don't want it going into the bottom there. And I think what I'm going to do is utilise the sweepy dock to make this geothermal. I think that would work. Yeah. So in my infinite wisdom, I've changed my mind on the infinite storage, and I'm going to build some. Yeah, it's going over here. I want to get it in over here, up against the neutronium, because obviously that can't be damaged by pressure. So it'll reduce the size significantly, and what we're talking about is taking from that tank to that size. Yeah, that's a lot better use of space, I think. And the reason that's going to be important is because I'm going to have to move all this lot over here. All these bedrooms are going to have to go. Probably some of the mill lice farms are going to have to stack rather than be side by side, because we're going to need this space for the geothermal setup running from this volcano. So I figured I need to get that underway, and we'll end up sorting that now. Getting all the water pumped out and tidying all this lot up, so that we can sort of move forward, really. So that's going to be what I've got planned for the rest of this episode. So how are we doing then? That looks all right. Let's deconstruct those ladder segments. Now we have a pitcher pump that has water available. So I guess we're going to need to move this ladder as well, aren't we? So if we move, I think if we get rid of those two ladder segments, we'll move this pump down to there so that it can access the whole tank. And then longer term, this will become the pump that takes the liquid from the slush geyser and puts it into the infinite storage. And then after that, everything else will be back to normal. So the only difference is we'll end up using two pumps, one there and one there, rather than just the one that was in that tank. I can live with that. So power, we're going to need some power wire, and we'll use aluminium for that. Just leave that there because it just needs to come out of there for the time being. Obviously it's going to be run off the oxygen system up here. So this is all cooling down in here now because of the refineries just aren't doing anything. So is that all that pyrite gone now? Yeah, that's all gone. So we can change that to iron ore, and we'll change that to 99 for now. That way we can keep a refinery running, keep the power generation going down here. Don't really want bristleberry, but I'll take it over nothing. A little bit stressed. Why is Nail stressed? He's unrested. Have we got... Oh, I bet it's this shine bug, wasn't it? So, get rid of him. He's probably shining his light right on Nail's bed or something. We might well have to pump some of that, more of that carbon dioxide out. It's not... right, that's probably why. So let's put this gas bridge on there. And then this can start being used. Come out. So we can use that to make surf and turf forever. And this can crack all the hatchling eggs forever. Until at least until we get our drowning chamber set up. It's a bit annoying that these stone hatches... Why are they glum? Why are you glum? Have you not been groomed? Well, you're just getting groomed, that's okay then. Why have you got 9 in there? Right. So we've got this changed to Sage Hatch, the hatchling, just so that they'll keep that at the right level. Yeah, that'll work. Right, so where are we going to do this hatchery then? Haven't got any mechatronics engineers at the moment, have I? could bring Ellie up this tree. It's not her love, of course, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. That's certainly got that carbon dioxide under control now, but it's just loads in here, which I expected because the petroleum generator doesn't have a pipe off it, which is rather unfortunate. Yeah. Really don't know why that's the case. If they can put one on the natural gas, why don't they put one on the petroleum? I suppose because they want you to just deal with it, I guess. But we're going to get tight for petroleum and natural gas soon because this isn't producing any, nor is this. Let me think for a minute. Right, so that's the solution then. What we're going to do is put a bypass on there, and any excess natural gas pressure will get fed back into here. What that means with the natural gas cycling, then it will be able to this pipe won't be blocked, and it can pump the CO2 out the ventilation pipe. I think that's going to be the easiest way to resolve that problem. It's this natural gas, I can't see it getting up to 20 kilos, so with a high pressure gas vent there, that should be fine. That should be reachable. What are you on about unreachable? A ladder there? What are you talking about? They are doing it, so it wasn't unreachable. Right, that should be working now. Yep, that's pumping out the carbon dioxide and just venting the natural gas back in. Working as intended, as they say. And once we've got this taken care of, then what we shall do is pump some of this water out of it. We just pump that straight into the storage in there. Of course, that's only going to be able to hold one type of liquid. It can only hold polluted or regular water. So we can either filter it first and have just clean water, which I think is probably the best option. Yeah, I think clean water would be the... I mean, obviously it's going to be germ-ridden still. It's going to be germ-ridden forever. And we haven't got any bleach stone, any chlorine on this map, so we don't have a choice with that. Right, liquid crude oil, enable auto bottle. And I'm going to open this up now. because we've only got a couple that aren't exosuit chained now. Meep isn't, but Ellie is, Max is, Ren is. So actually, if I just keep Meep out of there, that should be fine. Change all these to default access, and Meep, you can have no access. That wasn't you going in there, I hope. Good stuff. That seems to be working then. How are we doing temperature wise? Ooh. Yeah, it's still looking pretty good. Ooh, it's quite a toasty at the top, isn't it? It's these bunker tiles, I guess. And that carbon dioxide. Never mind, we'll be able to deal with that. That's okay. We've got plenty of chill available should we need it. And once we go geothermal, then we can get rid of these coal generators as well. That's good. The pressure's coming down. It was at 12 kilos. It's 5.2 now. That's much better. We shall soon be able to produce gas again. Right, how are we doing with this? Bert's on the case. Is it going to be one of those we're only going to deliver 20 kilos at a time, is it? Ah, that's annoying. So now we've got crude oil in that side as well. God damn it. Come on, at least we can pump that out. As long as it goes in this side, I don't mind. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll just pop that tile there for now, so we don't get any over there. We've got 120 kilos there. Oh, come on. God damn it. Actually, no, I'm changing my mind. I'm going to get him in there and mop it up. Put another storage bin in for metal ores, didn't I? There we go. Oh, lime. Yeah, lime every time, as I say. because I put that tile in there. That's the one that's caused the problem. Trying to get ahead of the game. That will sweep only. How is that unreachable? Oh, come on. Because they were stepping down off that block. Oh, God! It's one thing after another. Right, that should be enough crude oil in there now. But we'll just take the last little bit as well, and then we'll deconstruct this, build the tiles across and start using it. There we go. Right. Do that. Mop that. I'm not going to build a bottle emptier just for that tiny bit of crude oil. It won't bug me much. Right, so liquid routing. I think what we'll do we can't do that now, can we? We left it too late. That is starting to pump some of that liquid out there now, so that's good. I won't need to worry about dealing with that just yet. Right, okay, so we need the water, clean water to go in, and then the... Right, okay, that's going to make more sense to bring this down here, isn't it? And then... So that goes into there. This one needs to come out and go up as well as across to there. So let's break that pipe there. I'll send this pipe up here, round the back and into the electrolyzer. Then this one can come down into there to replace this plumbing. Right, I'll get him to finish off that plumbing. Oh, no, don't want that going in there, thank you. Yeah, I'll get them to finish off this plumbing and then I'll cut back in when it's done. So they're just finalising the power wires and the plumbing. Let me show you what we've got. So we've got the water coming in from there and into the infinite storage. And then that water is going to be pumped out and sent down into our water storage there for the oil well and up into the electrolyzers. I've used a bridge there so that there's a bridge to take both, and at this present moment all it's doing is just pumping out all of that liquid. So we're going to need a pump down here to deal with the last of it. Power wires are running up the side. This pump is just emptying out this chamber here, so we can get that empty, ready to just accept the liquid from the cool slush geyser when it goes up, and then we'll block this off. And so all the water will come round here, get pumped through this liquid pump, through the system, into the infinite storage, to be used either for the electrolyzer or whatever. Once that system is purged and clean, then we can take a feed off this clean water pipe and use it for our topping up our other water over here for these very glum and unhappy pacu we've got over here. And that will come through this water sieve. We'll take a feed out of there, through this water sieve and into there. Yeah, that will do it, I think. Don't want all our pacu dying off. Yeah, this is working pretty well. I'm quite happy with that. Well, this certainly does force you to come up with some solutions for problems that are completely different to how you would normally play. I don't know. I suppose longer term we could move all this and then we could still squeeze in a rocket here. So we could have a rocket chimney in there. I think liquid oxygen and hydrogen might be a bit ambitious, but I certainly think we could do a petroleum and... No, we haven't got any gold. Yeah, we have got some gold. So we could get a little bit of gold, get some oxalite going. It uses a hell of a lot though. We'll have to see. But anyway, I think this is working quite nicely now. As soon as these tanks are emptied, power overlay. So we'll run this power cable down to this pump, and then we'll connect it to the pipe as soon as we need to. As I say, if I put a dot of pipe there, then I just need to connect it across as soon as we're ready. And that will do the trick. So there you go, guys. Infinite water storage, the beginnings of what will be our geothermal system. So next week, or next episode, not next week, we will concentrate on moving the bedrooms, moving the farms, making sure that's all stable, setting up our critter kill room, and then I think the episode after that, if we start laying the infrastructure for the geothermal, then we'll be able to get that up and running for the episode but one. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It's been more problem solving than anything else, but I think we're on the right track here, just getting this straight, ready to set up our geothermal and move all our living accommodation. So I'll see you at the next episode. Keep yourselves safe, and it's Coach Life out. Bye for now.